I think they're just finding out who's going to go which side in this search and destroy on Carbon.
Well,
have we seen a S&D Carbon, I was just going to say? I don't think we have we?
I'm not sure. I don't think just yet. It always seems to be the way. It always seems to crop up a little bit later on in the series. If you guys do want to save £20 right now at store.gameshark.net, just enter promo code EGL8, and you can get yourself a nice little discount there on their products. As we wait to join Search and Destroy on Carbon. Going to be a really interesting one. Going to be so interesting to see how two American teams actually play Search and Destroy head-to-head against each other, especially when they are both of this status.
Yeah, absolutely, completely agree with you there, Ral.
I mean, Leverage do not want to be going 2-0 behind. It's going to be, you know, to win 3 consecutive matches back-to-back against Optic is seemingly impossible. It would be amazing to see it, but we will we'll see how it goes.
It's never been done at LAN. We can safely. Well, you know, Optic have never actually lost at LAN. So what Leverage are trying to do now, you know, in my personal opinion, I think they're probably going to be the team in this tournament with the best chance of doing it.
Well, absolutely. Well, let's see what they can do. I mean, 30 seconds left, just counting down. We've actually been having a quick look at the earnings of some of these players. I mean, some of them, they've made it in various ways, but most notably for Optic, of course, COD XP Victors taking home the 400 grand.
That's always nice to have in your bank account, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Just a nice little bonus of playing a game and doing something that you love. But, of course, Nadeshot, very, very popular on YouTube. Over 125,000 YouTube subscribers. And both these teams have a lot of fans, a lot of support on either side. I mean, we can't actually see the stream chat now, but I can imagine there's heavy support from either sides of the camp.
Yeah, absolutely. And just in terms of earnings as well, Aches, he's actually made $20,000 competitively as well. Yep. So he's definitely up there. And speaking of Aches, we are actually on board with Aches in this Search and Destroy on Carbon. And it looks like Leverage are going to be on the attack first. And let's have a look how they're going to set up. It looks like they may have actually decided to go towards the B-bomb, maybe.
It seems like that's going to be the case as Aches takes the kill against Big Timer. And you know all that stuff we were saying before, it just goes to show you these guys are professionals. These are the best of the best. And that's what makes these matchups so interesting. A fantastic shot by Nadeshot to take out Merc there. Nadeshot was caught off guard, but still managed to make the kill. But he was so weak that Scumpy manages to end him there with a grenade to the face.
Yeah, that was unfortunate from Nadeshot. He was just a little bit too weak. That nade hit him clean in the face and shut him down. TP is going to be left in this 1 versus 2 scenario up against Rambo and Scumpy. And, you know, if there's 2 players in Modern Warfare 3 you don't want to see yourself last alive against, it's going to be them too.
Well, let's see if he can pull this off. Interestingly, he doesn't have the bomb as of yet, but he is moving towards that area. He's got to be careful because to his knowledge, he doesn't know if they know the bomb is down, but here is a gunfight. TP needs to make this kill quick because swinging right round the back of him is going to be the other Optic player, a pincer attack to end TP.
Yeah, that was a really smart play coming from Scumpy. Obviously, he saw exactly where the red dot was on the radar. He knew Rambo was going to be in a little bit of trouble. Just jump that corner, and that's a very, very simple kill for Scumpy. And they probably don't come as easy as that for him, do they?
Absolutely. I mean, what people need to remember is, of course, the loser of this is going to go into the losers bracket, but they can still potentially win the tournament. Are we seeing a defender want to go back on attack, see how...
Yeah, I think we should stick on attack.
Check the attack, see what's going on.
It's going to be Optic Rambo Ray with the bomb. And he is just going to be very cautious. I like that. You see quite a lot of players do that, just jumping, not necessarily to move anywhere, but just to get a view to see if they can see any of the opposition players. And obviously there are those red barrels strategically placed across the map, and that's exactly why he's throwing a stun to see if he can connect with one of them and maybe pick up a very, very cheap kill. Yeah,
in a way, it's almost trying to get this advantage to get map control. He's just trying to scout the enemy so that he knows if his teammates can push up, because, I mean, let's face it, if they all sat in spawns for the first 30 seconds, then they'd just be pinned in, so they need to be breaking out of this as soon as possible, and Rambo is doing that scouting work for his team.
Yeah, as it stands, it is still 4 versus 4, so we are yet to actually see a kill. And you can see just how defensive maybe Optic are being. They're just playing it very smart, and obviously the use of smoke grenades, we're seeing that more and more in competitive Call of Duty, and it really is becoming a tool to work with, but TP shuts down Rambo, and Nadeshot shuts down Scumpy. So Optic Gaming now in a 2 versus 4 scenario, 1 minute 25 on the clock, and they have it all to do.
Do not rule Leverage out of this just yet. Sure, they lost that first map, but it was incredibly close, and I can see them taking this round now, evening things up to 1-1. On board with Merc now in a very popular position, just trying to make the most of his long-ranged ACR, but Aches managing to make the kill, leaving Big Timer in a 1 versus 4.
This is going to be the first 1 versus 4 if it happens. Just saying, I love a good 1 versus 4.
It would be amazing, and I can imagine the Optic camp getting a big round of applause should they achieve this.
He's going to have to do it quick as well because he only has 53 seconds left on the clock and he needs to pick up a certain object.
It just seems like the world is against him at the moment, but he has managed to make the first kill, unfortunately revealing his location to 3 players in the leverage team. He's going to have to play this very, very cleverly here.
He is indeed. He's just going to be taking his time. Although time is of the essence, it is actually running out. Big Time and just trying to scout out to see if he can find any more of those leverage players. And there is going to be someone covering that bomb. It is TP. And TP is going to get, I think that was straight through the window. He was, yeah, you can see him there in the kill cam there. It was a nice play coming from TP. Staying calm, obviously knew the bomb was roughly down in there. It was, managed to get an easy kill. So, you know, nice play there from TP.
It's such an advantage, obviously, if the team know where that bomb's gone down, because they don't have to cover 2 bomb sites anymore. They just have to cover a single bomb on the floor, and they can set up some unpredictable positions around it too.
Absolutely, we'll go ahead and change team once again. Get on board with leverage, and they are now going to be on the attacking side. We're on board with Nadeshot. He has the bomb, and he is going to be... Yeah, I love that spot. I always go at that spot on this map. Something about it, it's a really, really good spot. But obviously, there are, again, those red barrels he needs to be a little bit cautious of. And he's going to engage in a gunfight cross map. Few hit markers. Scumpy takes down TP with one of those barrels, and Nade manages just to avoid it. And he's going to throw that stun of his own, disconnect with a hit marker, but now locating someone maybe at the back of this bomb site. Yeah, I mean, Nadeshot, what he's doing here is checking the obvious positions, and he's being very, very cautious because he knows if he just runs straight into that room, there is going to be somebody aiming down there. Yeah. So he's hoping for the support of his teammates. Let's see what those guys are up to. We can see John just holding back a little bit there, and if we watch Aches, just by scrolling through, we can see exactly which bomb site they're going for. And 1 minute 39, still plenty of time as it stands. It is a 3 versus 3 scenario. Aches with a few shots fired. Nadeshot does pick off Scumpy, and that was going to be the player Aches was actually shooting at. And you see Aches immediately just rotating back, just covering that cross map. He doesn't want Nadeshot to be shot from behind. That is the worst possible thing that could happen right now. And you see the awareness from Aches, although he does actually get stunned. He needs to be a little bit more cautious. You see him pre-aiming that middle section. And all he has is someone trying to get that jump shot. It is going to be Rambo. And Rambo takes down Nate though. And oh, wow, Aches, that was a nice headshot there on Rambo.
It was, and I was fearing for the worst there. If we just switch over to Big Time, a last alive for his team now as he is in a 1 versus 2. Let's see what he can do here. John, not having the best game, but look at Aches there. 4 kills and only 1 death. Aches playing absolutely brilliantly here in Search and Destroy, making use of every single object on the map to just try and get cover behind. A very, very smart play.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, Big Timer does get shut down by Aches in that B bomb site. And there was not really much he could do about it. I mean, oh wow, that was one of those lucky moments in Modern Warfare 3 where you find yourself in the same room, the enemy just lying down, and you pick off a very, very simple kill. But we will go ahead and change team once again and give you the attacking perspective.
Yeah.
Oh. You already have.
I mean, what's actually great there, and it's the second time we've actually seen it from these teams, is the pincer attacks that they do. The communication within each team is absolutely perfect. It is spot on. They know exactly where every single player is. And this is a fantastic push by Rambo, who manages to take out Nadeshot, but he's extremely weak, and he needs to stay alive.
Yeah, the problem Rambo has there is he's leverage going to know exactly where he is. And you see he's just trying to throw that Semtex in the obvious spots. Really smart play, but that was a good initial rush there from Optic Gaming. With 2 minutes 5, they seem to be positioned quite nicely, and Rambo has just seen one of those leverage players, but leverage currently are in the lead. Let's not forget, 2-1 in the Search and Destroy, but down 1 map in this best of 5.
Absolutely. Rambo, though, under heavy fire. They know his exact location. He's pinned in, he's in trouble, and he needs his teammates' help. Unfortunately for him, though, TP picking up the 2Ps against Merc and Scumpy, and that means we are in a 2 versus 3 leverage, bringing it to the table here on Search and Destroy. Fantastic play, and they could be taking this to a 3-1 lead.
It looks like it may go that way, as Rambo just being a sneaky ninja, shall we say. That's very smart play, but just while he does that, we will switch up and see where Big Timer is. And he's located himself mid-map just so he has some good map control. And that bomb has gone down, so that is going to be 40 seconds now for leverage to try and get that defuse, as Rambo does take down Aches. And oh, it looks like Big Timer should get a nice shot there on John, and it is going to be a 2 versus 1 scenario. And there is
Big Timer.
Big Timer, nice play.
Fantastic. In quick succession as well. This will make the entire kill cam. And he's just brought that back for his team there. 2 kills back to back to even things out. 2-2 on Search and Destroy.
And once again, we're back to square one. This is anyone's game again.
Yep. We will get on board with the attack inside. It usually gives the most aggressive gameplay, which is why we do this if any of the stream viewers are interested. We want to watch someone else apart from Nadeshot. We always default to him. Let's try John, because we've not given too much coverage, and he's having a bit of a rocky start here in both the Search and Destroy and the Capture the Flag games casted so far.
Yeah. 0-2 as it stands. Let's see if he can try and get off the mark. And it's one of those situations where if you can just pick off that one kill, even if it's the most simplest of kills, that is going to boost your confidence, and then he's just going to start thinking a lot better. And you see he's gone for that nade kill, and he has got that hit marker, goes for the stun as well, and he's got pre-fire. That's ambitious. I mean, that Optic player is not going to move, so he's going to opt to go for the double stun. And for me here, John needs to be trying to challenge that. He's double stun naded. The player was already weak, and he is going to get weak himself now, so expect John to have a gunfight very soon. And there it is. I think that's Scumpy. Lots of shots fired. It was actually Rambo. And you see, for me there, John didn't engage that fight quite quickly.
You are correct. And I mean, the problem is, sure, he had that person pinned in, but that person who was pinned in on the leverage side will have just been calling out, and on the Optic side will have been calling out to his teammates and telling them that he's in trouble, and they have just saved his life there. So 1 minute 30 left. Nadeshot in a very familiar position. He's done that pretty much every attack so far. Yeah, and he's clearly the bomb planter for his team.
Yep, and Scumpy was in that B building, and he said, thank you very much to Nadeshot. And you've got to wonder, like I said earlier on, these two teams, they scrim each other all the time online. Knowing each other's tactics is really going to be one of the things you do actually have to think about a little bit more. And maybe you have to try and guess in as whether doing something completely random would actually benefit you a little bit more. Yeah,
just to completely throw them off guard. It's what a lot of top teams say. They don't like scrimming or practicing against the more unknown teams because they're unpredictable. They've never played them before. They don't know what tricks they've got up the sleeve. But these teams should know each other inside out by now. TP there, almost mind-reading one of the Optic players. And interestingly, not running completely away. Oh, and Scumpy does manage to get the kill against Scumpy and TP.
Wow. That's Scumpy at his finest. I mean, I think it was TP who actually knew exactly where he was anyway. And he has just actually been outgunned by Scumpy. That's fantastic play coming from Scumpy in that B-bomb site. I mean, wow, you can't ask for much more. And now Optic, they're going to have the advantage going into what could be the last round of this search and destroy on Carbon. We will change team and get on board with them now, as they are going to be on attack. 3-2 to Optic Gaming in the search and destroy. Obviously, in this best of 5, Optic did take that first CTF arcade, and it was 2 flags to 1. So it was very close, and again, we're seeing that use of smoke grenades, and Rambo really utilising that rush tactic, but he does get shut down this time by TP, and TP's going to take down Scumpy as well, so Merc is going to be left in a 2 versus 4 scenario with Big Timer and Leverage saying they're not out of it yet.
Absolutely not. I mean, Optic here at game point here in winner bracket round number 4. Game number 2, like you said before, Benson, they have already taken that capture flag on arcade in 2-1. But this round isn't looking too great for them. That said, Merc doing what he can as he takes out 8 with the headshot.
I absolutely love that spot in that top container. It is the dirtiest of spots you'll ever see. That little small hole, Merc utilising that to his absolute finest, getting a nice headshot there on Aches, who was actually trying to head count the stairs. And now we are going to see Merc be a little bit more aggressive, although they do have that one issue of that little icon we can see on the screen. You see Merc trying to rotate around the map. And he's anticipating someone to be in this B building, but at the minute it doesn't look like there's actually anyone there.
I mean, I was about to say that could potentially tell Merc that they know the bomb is down. So it's going to be interesting to see how he actually plays this. Remember, he does have the support of his teammate Big Timer. If we switch back to Merc and see how he's going to continue. He's actually swinging right round the back of Leverage here, trying something interesting. And will they be expecting this? That's the question.
Yeah, it just begs the question, like you say, are Leverage aware that that bomb is in fact down? If they are, you know, what we're seeing right now is just essentially a waste of time. It's annoying to say, but that is essentially what it could be, as we finally see Merc being a little bit more aggressive, just trying to check as many corners as possible, and he's doing a good job so far, managing to advance a little bit further forward up the map, but 40 seconds left to go, essentially, and, you know, they really need to try and make a push right now.
Yeah, Merc's really taking his time on this, as is Big Timer, moving up as a unit together so that if one of them does go down, at least they should make that counter kill. It's going to be extremely difficult, not only because of the time left on the clock, but because it is a 2 versus 3, and they're trying to find the kill before they go for the bomb plant, but with 25 seconds left, they're going to have to try something extremely risky about now.
Yeah, they are, and TP is going to say, thank you very much, Big Timer. He knew exactly what was going on there, and TP's an experienced enough player not to do anything stupid, just to take his time, stay composed, and Merc is actually just going to run all the way back into his map. He knows he's not going to be able to clutch this with 8 seconds left in a 1 versus 3 scenario against TP, Nadeshot, and John. And TP right now 7-4. He is bringing the pain.
Yeah,
right
TP
now
is having a fantastic game here of search and destroy against what is considered the best team in the world at Call of Duty on Modern Warfare 3. But here we go after the 2-1 victory for Optic on Capture the Flag. We are seeing a 3-3 search and destroy. You know, this is going to determine, obviously, if it's going to be 2-0 or 1-1, which is a massive difference in a best of 5.
Obviously, if you're 2-0 up, you only need to take that one more map. 1-1, it's anybody's game. And these two teams, we can see already, they're so close. I mean, one flag separated in CTF. It's going to be one round, but Rambo takes down John Nature with a few hit markers cross map. He's not going to be happy about that, but already Leverage now are on that back foot. 3 versus 4 with just over 2 minutes still to play. And Nachok desperately trying to get himself into some sort of pre-fire hit markers, but he's not succeeded. And what's interesting is he isn't actually using Scavenger.
Yeah, I mean, you can't help but think Nachok was a little bit unlucky there. He has got that scavenger issue, so he is going to be running out of ammo. We can see his ammo clip deteriorating. Whilst he does have some to reload in there, he does need to conserve it a little bit more. But very, very unfortunate. So many bullets unloaded into an Optic player, possibly 2. I mean, it was a long way across the map, and it was pretty much pre-fire. If we bring up the scoreboard, we can see it is a 3 versus 4. John, unfortunately, dropping the donut or a bagel, as some people are referring to it in the EU now. Let's see what is going to happen for Nachok.
That's not what you want to do when you're playing against Optic Gaming, is it? You cannot be dropping a donut. I mean, even 1 kill, you've got to really try and support your team just in that 1 round. And this could have been that 1 round where that 1 kill could have been so very vital. And we see a few Leverage players trying to get a few shots fired in that factory, but it doesn't look like they're going to connect. 1 minute 13 still to go. Nachok being very, very cautious indeed. But this is where Leverage now have to work as a team. They have to work as a unit. They have to just pretty much pinpoint their attack to 1 bomb location, and they just have to go for it.
Well, as every single second ticks away and we enter the final minute here of this round, it's just looking better and better for Optic, to the extent where Nachok having to pre-fire and take these chances. They're going to have to take a risk as Rambo takes down TP and Scumpy takes down Nachok. It is going to mean Aches. He's all on his own in a 1 versus 4 with 45 seconds left.
This is not looking good for Leverage, if I'm completely honest. He has 42 seconds to get 4 kills and or get that bomb down. It's a huge task for Aches, and he is going to see 1. Does take down Rambo, nice play, but can he find another 3 players? And normally what you would expect is those 3 Optic players to rush straight towards that red dot, see if they can pick off the kill, but they are far, far too intelligent to do that. They are just going to wait that time down.
Absolutely, and if nothing else, 1 player will be just hiding in a corner somewhere on the map just to make sure they secure the victory here. They know that that bomb has not been picked up, they know it's not being planted, and if there's any time to check a bomb site, it is right about now. And Aches knows it's over. A 4-3 victory for Optic.
Yeah, Optic. We'd love to say that was convincing, but to be fair, Leverage really have got them on the run. I mean, 2-0 sounds a lot more convincing than we've actually seen. 1 flag cap and 1 round in S&D. That is all that is to separate Leverage and Optic Gaming right now. However, Optic, they are coming out on top. They have that 2-0 lead now in the best of 5, which means if they can take the next map, which is CTF Lockdown, they are going to advance into the next round.
Yeah, and it's like you're saying, the 2-0 scoreline at the moment really doesn't represent quite how close this game has been so far. The 2-1 victory on CTF, the 4-3 victory on the Search and Destroy. This could completely change from here on in, but Leverage have to win 3 maps back-to-back now against Optic Gaming.
It's so difficult to see it happening, but at the same time, I really want to see it. I just think it would be amazing. I mean, you know, Leverage, they have the ability. If you look at their lineup, I mean, Nayshot, John, Aches, and TP, absolute class lineup. They can do it. It's just whether Optic are going to now sort of shift into that next gear that we tend to see. Because, I mean, Optic sort of go into cruise control, but then they have got those moments where they're just like, right, bam, let's go, boys. Let's do this. And then they just go into an all tear, which no one can ever beat.
It's really interesting to see, though, what's actually going to happen from here. I mean, Leverage need to keep the spirits high. If the heads go down, then Optic will completely take advantage of that. But it might be the complete other way around. This might just inspire Leverage to work even harder. They know that their backs are up against the wall and capture the flagged lockdown. What a map to potentially end this on. If Optic 3-0 Leverage here, it's going to be very, very impressive.
It is, and again, I just don't think that's a fair scoreline. I said it before, but I just don't think that is a fair scoreline to say, you know, Optic 3-0 Leverage. But once again, you have to say, I was speaking to a few of the guys, they said they're very tired, very jet-lagged, and we saw this actually at EGL7, let's not forget, with Fear when they came over. That first day, they were really, really jet-lagged. They came out that second day, and they were on fire.